Oh wow, barrier tattoos are a really cool magic item, Monica. That's fucking neat.
Alright, so we're back once again for the penultimate session of the Star Wars saga.
Yeah.
So, last we left off, you guys traveled to the planet of Varl, the old homeworld of the Hutts, in search of answers to these mysterious items that Stark has been going after. What was discovered was that these keys that he had been collecting were for an ancient Rakatan artifact known as the Void Sphere, an item that could manifest with the Starforge, creating a sort of system wide EMP that would wipe out any ships within the region.
We heard like the Rakatan species named at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure.
You guys then deduce that Stark is planning to wipe the board clean with this item. He's going to wipe out both the Sith that he has, his enemies that are within the Sith and the Republic forces that he's also up against, and come out on top as the only guy with a major army force in the galaxy, essentially. So with that, you guys defeated his secondary apprentice, his most primary one, I should say. You captured her, turned her over to the authorities, and then made your way to the rendezvous point where the Republic forces are amassing to begin their strike on the Star Forge. While the ship is traveling there in hyperspace, do you guys have anything you want to do? So this is your last chance to craft stuff or.
Can I sign a piece of paper that gives our fucking bus boy all my money if I die?
Yeah, no, yeah, he got off the ship when you guys were at that Republic base. He is not coming along to this fight.
Oh, that fucking coward. Never mind. He doesn't get paid if I
He doesn't
die.
get paid nothing. Traitor. After all we've done for him.
Yeah, Garrus hopped off. He was like, I'm not.
I knew he wasn't
I'm not
right
going
or
into a
die.
final battle.
I knew he wasn't right or die, so we didn't pay him.
No, I don't have anything I need to do particularly.
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay. You guys jump out of hyperspace, and you are greeted with a large Republic ship. Dozens of Hammerhead class cruisers are lined up, along with dozens and dozens of fighters. As you guys jump out of hyperspace, one of the Hammerhead class ships signals you to dock at one of their hangars.
Should we warn them to book it?
Well, you're not at the battle yet. This is the getting ready to go to the battle thing.
Okay.
So yeah, we should get on, tell them what's up.
Yeah. They can agree with that.
Yeah, the ship that is currently hailing you belongs to that of Gar Herrick, actually.
The OG.
So do you guys accept and dock, or do you guys just want to say, nah, screw it?
No, we
Yeah.
gotta talk. We gotta talk to the OG. You guys talk to the man who started it all.
Okay.
The greatest character that Miss totally had planned in this entire campaign.
Heading aboard the ship, you guys are then escorted to the bridge. You guys can see off in the distance the Star Forge and the forces of the Empire. Off in the distance, you see Admiral Gar Herrick and Vrook at the bridge, calculating a course of attack. And as you enter the room, they pause their planning and turn to face you. Admiral Gar Herrick gives a salute to those of you still in the army.
Salute back.
Return.
Glad you could make it. I was wondering where you were. All the Republic forces have gathered here for this strategic battle.
Which is the problem, sir?
You've flown straight into a trap.
A trap? How so?
The military man should probably explain. Thinking about
One
it.
of the new leader of the Sith, Darth. What's his name?
Imperious.
Darth Imperious.
Sinistro.
Darth Imperious
Okay,
has
well.
uncovered an ancient device. That with it, he should be able to cause a massive EMP pulse that'll disable our entire fleet.
You see Garheric begin to scratch his chin as he ponders this new information. And you have proof of this?
Actually,
Yeah, we do. Because we took.
the data.
We took a shitload of data, and I'm going to produce that. Produce the thing for their viewing.
All right. He hands it off to one of his officers, who begins to scour through the data. While they're doing that, I've been speaking here with Rook in the meantime. We're planning to lead an attack on the rear side of the Starforge, while Admiral Dondasa leads from the front. Should this EMP thing be true, though, we might have to call off the attack.
The attack is exactly what Stark wants to happen. You defeat his plans simply by not showing up. We need to send in a smaller force to infiltrate and disable the device before the attack commences.
You see, this whole time, Rook has been quiet and just nodding at all this. Yes, patience is the correct course of action here. Whether this EMP is true or not, we cannot risk sending in all of our forces into this trap. I do not usually compliment this Jedi as he looks to Lomi, but it seems he's beginning to learn. We should heed his words for now.
God, I don't like him. I hate him so. He's so annoying. Like, he just breathes, and I just want him to stop.
Fuck it. You know what? I have done more for these people than you have in years. I'm not having this today. After what we went through to get this information to save lives, well, you sat on your hands. Not today.
Rook just looks to you with his hands crossed. It would seem you're forgetting the Jedi Code there, Lomi. Remember, there is no emotion, there is peace. Allow your rage to cloud your judgment.
So I suppose an attitude isn't included in the code then.
You hear Stark's words in your mind, like, just fiddle across your memory for a moment about how he wanted to change the Jedi Code.
Damn little high horse is why we're in this situation to begin with.
An officer then approaches Garheric.
Thank you. I was about to
Sir,
kick him in the
it would
fucking
seem the
throat.
information checks out. There does seem to be some sort of EMP device that the Sith have acquired. Damn. But if we just sit here, the Sith can attack us from long range. Or they can push the attack while we're out here waiting.
What level are we supposed to be right now? 12?
Yes.
Cool, thank you.
You've reached the level cap a while ago.
Okay. I'm gonna take a backseat for the rest of this fucking meeting before I kick him in the fucking throat.
How are we going to...
If you were... Well...
No,
I
Garrick's
thought
just
I
thinking.
disconnected.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but if we rush in, then the entire fleet will be lost. Our smaller ship should be able to break through. If we can slip inside, we'll be able to disable this device, allowing the Republic to advance.
That's. Yeah, but while you're doing that, what's stopping the Sith from coming out to attack us while we wait? We're sitting ducks. If we wait, we're walking into a trap if we don't. If we retreat now, the Sith can continue building their forces.
Dark is intending to wipe you both out. Even if you have to retreat from the day. There's a whole galaxy, Admiral, out there. If we have to retreat here today, that's fine. The second you and the Sith meet in combat is the second Stark wins. If we have to send in a force to try to disable that shipyard alongside the device, that's just what we'll have to do. A fleet battle just cannot happen until Stark's plans have been blunted. Otherwise, it won't matter who has more shit. Both sides are going to be wiped out.
Knowing the Sith, Stark's control shouldn't be too strong right now. He hasn't proven himself. So he'll be aiming to take as few risks as possible to take out our entire fleet at once. I believe if we try to draw his forces out, he won't commit fully.
You've all brought some valuable information to me. Go ahead and get some rest, get some R&R, while I discuss this with Admiral Dondana and the Jedis. And the Jedi. I will call for you within the next 10 minutes or so.
That's fast. Alright, we'll go rest.
Give him a salute.
Yeah. So, go ahead and get a long rest, quote unquote, because you got that during your hyperspace travel anyway. So if anyone had low HP or were low on the condition track, go ahead and put everything back to how it was.
I'm going into this with 5 destiny points. Oh fucking boy!
How'd you get 5?
I've had 5. I don't use my destiny points. I just spam force points because I have so many.
Been at 0 for so long.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to kill the shit out of somebody. This is going to be good.
So you guys are all allowed to basically go to the rec room, or wherever. Ulrich just heads off to his own little table and begins to prep his equipment. Venathox is training in a corner, punching a wall, and then Vesta is just eating a meal quietly. So if you guys want to have any last conversations before this final fight, now's the chance.
No, Ed.
With each other or with them.
There's one thing we have to do before the final battle.
Oh, I think we might be on the same page. I'm going to approach Aldrich.
We gotta get away with the hat.
Yeah, we were on the same page. Aldrich.
He doesn't look up at you. He's just currently repairing his. He's just tinkering with his flamethrower. Yes.
We might die out here.
Possibly.
I'm begging you. Just once. Just for today. Wear the hat.
Well, the moment you say that, he puts his tool down. This again?
Yes.
I've already accepted the hat. Why do you continue to pester me on this?
We're insecure. We feel like you only accepted the hat because you wanted us to be quiet about it. We never see you wear it.
What I do in my private time is none of your business.
We're currently discussing your public time.
Yes, and I choose not to wear the hat in public time.
Asking you this one time.
It's at this point while you guys have been talking with Ulrich, you see that Vesta has walked behind you all. Oh, you want to see him wear the hat, hmm?
Yes.
She produces a holocron tape. Ulrich immediately almost knocks his flamethrower over. Where did you get that? Oh, you think that you had the ship security footage locked? I watched you put the code in the other day. Figured this would be a good blackmail to keep hold on to. Don't you dare.
Aldrich, if you let us look at this, we'll drop it. I will never bring this up again.
Oh, but then Vesta looks at you both. Oh, but what's it worth it to you?
I'm gonna lean in and whisper to Vizen. What if we tell her that she doesn't have to participate in the final mission and gets to be designated survivor?
I would do too much effort convincing her not to shoot me in the face for us to give her an out like that.
I mean, how badly do you want to see this footage?
What do you want, Vesta?
I want you both to get on your hands and knees and to kiss my foot.
Jesus!
What's with you and fucking feet?
I want you to grovel at my feet. I want to see a Jedi on his hands and knees and a Republic officer on his hands and knees. Actually, and she looks to you, Vizen. Honestly, you should be doing this, considering I am your queen, after all. Or at least the heir apparent.
You gotta start hoing us at this rate.
How badly do I want this? How badly do I want this?
Just a little bit of comedic moments before this grand final battle.
Comedic moment, then GM's barely disguised fetish.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker, after Granny Apples or whatever the fuck her name was in Strahd, you've been on my radar.
That was something that was a predetermined list that you just picked from, so that's on you, buddy.
Mm.
I'm gonna look at Lomi like, brothers for life, we can take her.
I'm gonna look back at Aldrich. Is there any, emotion I can pull through his helmet?
He is desperate to get that tape away from her.
All of a sudden Vizen yells, "For the hat!" And he's gonna try to tackle Vesta.
Oh my god.
Oh! So does the holocron go flying?
It goes flying, and then as it's flying in the air, you watch as Venathox jumps through the air, does a front flip, and catches it midair.
You've got to get that tape!
What
I can
is
only
this
hold
we're
it for
fighting
so
over,
long!
friends? What is this storage device?
Very important information. Give that to me, please.
Oh, but you'll have to fight me for it, as he puts it away, puts it in his pocket. You'll have to wrestle me for it.
I'm gonna fucking... Can I force disarm the fucking holocron out of his hands?
It's in his pocket.
Lomi, you're gonna have to wrestle him. I can barely hold Vesta down. She's too strong.
Get off me!
This is for a
Your
good cause,
queen
Vesta.
commands that you get off me!
You're not my queen yet.
Bastard!
Alright. Can I cheat the wrestling with use the Force Mist?
No.
Oh, God.
Get him.
What am
Get
I
him, Ed.
rolling?
You are going to roll your This is going to be a pure strength roll versus strength.
Awesome. I'm at a -1.
It was a good roll,
Holy
though.
shit. What a force.
Unless
You know what? Yeah, this counts as an encounter. I have a free force point.
Unless you want to use a destiny point.
No, I can't. All right.
And then he will also
Roll a
Force
force point. 19 against a 21.
All right, that's 1 victory for you. This is best 2 out of 3, my friend.
Oh, you fucking slut.
14, 21.
Uh,
Okay, you got 2, so you need to get 1 more.
7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, no, you can't.
fuck it!
Force point.
No!
Okay, he's got 1, you got 2. Still got, you can still win it.
Alright.
That's an at 20.
Oh, God.
All right, it's tied up. It's all tied up now. As you two are just wrestling on the ground, the troops of the ship are just like, what kind of like pre-battle like readiness is this wrestling?
I like to think that
Team
Vesta's
bonding!
literally,
Get
like,
out!
I like to think like Vesta's like literally like pushing at my face.
Yeah, she's like pushing your face away, like just trying to get you off of her.
Is Aldrich just like head in his hands, like sobbing?
He's like circling you guys wrestling, like waiting for a moment to like.
Fucking smash it!
He's like a vulture ready to strike. He's just waiting for like the winner to like get up and take whatever's left. All right, so 9 versus
20.
You watch as even though you put up a way better fight than you thought you would, Venathox is able to eventually pin you to the ground with your hands behind your back. Well fought, Jedi! Well fought! In my people, you would be welcomed as a warrior.
Protect that object with your life. I will get it from you someday.
I'm gonna
With
toss
your
a stun
talent,
grenade
I
at
will
you.
do so. None shall have it until you best me in battle.
I'm tossing a stun grenade at Venathox.
They'll get me! And they'll get half the fucking room! No!
I said what I said.
And then Ryan got court-martialed at the very end of the fight for setting off a grenade in a fucking ship.
It's a flashbang.
Yes,
What
but everyone's
damage
getting
type
ready
is
for a
that?
big fucking battle that could result in everyone's deaths.
What damage type is that, Ryan?
Stun damage.
Fuck,
Alright.
I can't negate energy that.
That's 29. It's not enough to knock out Venathox, I can tell you that.
Does knock him down the condition track, though.
It does.
Vision, why?
Ah,
What do you need that tape?
the goddess has blinded me! Why? I won the battle! Goddess, why?
We need to get the piss tape.
It's at this point that Admiral Garharick walks into the room. What? He sees Vesta and Vizen on the floor. He sees you, Venathox, and you being blinded by a flash grenade.
Okay, missed.
Yes.
While he is blinded, can I try to, like, hook up one of my data pad up to the... Just pull the file onto my personal thing?
It's in a pouch. You can't.
Fuck!
You could.
Okay.
This is your moment. though. Get it. Tackle him. Karate chop.
Can I
What is
force
going
the
on in
rest of-
here?
Pre-battle bonding, sir.
Bonding! We don't expect to
Cease
come back alive.
This now. I do not need any more grenades going off in my ship.
Lomi, you heard him. Seize it now.
Can I use Force Disarm to rip the pouch off his side?
No. That would be just to use the force check with move object.
May I?
I will allow it once.
34.
Alright, it goes flying across the room. Does not go towards you, though.
Okay, I'll jump off.
And it
Vesta go for
lands on Maxier's lap,
Oh,
who's meditating.
His hand is when I.
Your eyes just like shoot open.
I open my eyes, I look around and go, huh.
Max, here's the tape.
And then you see Benethox like beginning to make his way towards you. Maxir, hand that to me now. I was tasked by Lomi to keep it protected.
No, ow. Stop scratching me. No, hey, give it here.
Get off me!
In a minute.
I'm gonna throw you in a... Once I am queen, I will throw you in a dungeon for this.
As I'm sure you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Stop this now! Stop acting like a bunch of petulant children. We have a little battle coming up.
Just to disappoint everyone, Max here is gonna throw it over to Garharic.
No!
You watch as Garharic opens up the satchel. What? A datacron? Really? All this for a little bit of data?
If you play the holocron, you'll understand.
Play the holocron and we will explain.
He then takes it out of the pouch, puts it in his own personal pocket. You will get this if we all live through this.
No! Alright. I'm locking the fuck in.
How's that for motivation? Ulrich then just looks... one of you can hear Ulrich just under his breath go, well, maybe we should all die then.
What, so you can die with your pride? So what, are you just going to brain yourself as we're leaving?
No.
I like to think the ending of this scene is just Vizen suddenly flying across the room.
Yeah, you just hear like a comedic, like a Looney Tunes like kick sound effect, and you just go flying.
Yeah.
And then eventually, after cleaning up and patching yourselves up with some Kolto, you all report back to the bridge once more. By this point, Vrook has left the ship, and it's only Garharic now at this point. Thank you all for arriving. I am keeping your datacron in my own personal safe until this is completed. I'm not sure what that whole fiasco was about, but I'm going to hold on to it. Now, while you all have offered me valuable information, and I have spoken with Dondada, we have decided on our next course of action. I will take a portion of the fleet. Several ships will volunteer to distract the Sith fleet, while you and a Jedi strike force will infiltrate the Starforge. From there, you will track down Stark and stop him from activating whatever this EMP of his. The secondary team, led by Castan Varen, will lead his strike team to find Bastila, who we believe has joined the Sith, according to reports from him and his crew.
Oh shit.
Now, we are going into a battle against impossible odds, with potentially with Bastila's battle meditation against us. This will be a grueling fight. And I am hoping that you all will be willing to put everything it takes into this. Can I count on you all?
Well, put a carrot on a stick in front of me and you'll get anything done.
Ready to end this war, sir? Peace sounds nice.
Indeed.
I have no less than I've ever given before.
Ulrich,
I really hope he didn't take offense at my stupid joke.
He doesn't seem to mind. He's kind of used to you guys at this point.
Like, listen, I wouldn't even exist as an NPC if y'all didn't save me on that bridge. I can only do so much to you.
I mean, you guys have rescued him several times. You guys have rescued him 3 different times. 4 times. You rescued him. The first session, you guys rescued him from the Mandalorians when he was captured. Then the second time, you rescued him from being killed by Darth Malak. Then the third time, you saved him from sacrificing himself trying to pilot the ship. The fourth time, you saved him from slavery. So 4 different times this character has been rescued by you guys. So he kind of owes you guys a little bit. He is very lenient with a lot of your guys' comments and ways you guys conduct stuff.
We get shit done.
That's true. Alright. Report to your ship. I will ready several strike teams to go with you, and I'm hoping that you will lead them to victory. My ships will begin moving in, and we will engage the enemy within the hour. Ready yourselves, and may the force be with you. He gives you all a salute.
I want to salute him back.
Maybe
You know what's the main thing going through my head right now is the Battle of Shiva from Galactic Heroes, like the storming of the Brunhild.
Once we're done saluting, we all just going for a group hug.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We're not all making it back. No fucking way.
Yeah. Admiral Garheric is the center of the group hug.
What? This is not correct military conduct.
We've been through so much together.
I'm a Jedi.
I'll post this song in the chat because I don't know why it's playing in my head right now. Very well.
I've got this queued up and ready to go.
Listen, this song plays in my head anytime anyone with the title of Admiral talks anywhere, Mist.
True. Very well. That hug is complete. He like straightens himself out and like fixes his collar. Head to your ship. That's an order. You can see he's kind of flushed a little bit.
We got a flushing.
Okay. I gotta go pee real quick. But I'm gonna move you to the next map as we begin. As we move it, get ready for the final space battle.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's time to smash a line.
Well, the obvious route is obvious. We're gonna go smash right through this far flank. Where there's less ships in our way. And then just go around.
Just win.
Okay, so Ryan, you're the fucking Star Wars naval nerd. Are most of the guns forward facing, or can they broadside worth a damn?
They have forward-facing guns, and the guns exist on both the top and the bottom of the ship, so you can't escape them by going under them.
Hmm.
So,
I guess so. Trying to go to the sides is the best bet because their broadsiding is going to be halved.
Our ship will have 2 turrets.
I will say
to spin around.
they will be weaker. Yeah, well, let me just change
Alright.
over to a phone. This arc would be stronger, like forward-facing. This arc would be stronger with more guns than. Let me get off snap to corner, snip to center.
All right.
So like, this like that.
I'm asking Ryan about fucking Imperial starship broadsiding or.
This
guns.
is like most Imperial broadships. They're built like weapon platforms on on engines, so they'd have a lot of forward-facing firepower, like a lot. But then they'd also have some side firepower, but it'd be weaker. But it'd still be. The point is, we're not in a capital ship, so we should not be engaging capital ships.
Yeah.
So
Point being, get to the
we're
back.
gonna do a quick mechanic breakdown before I go into like set dressing and such. So this is going to be a skill challenge, and your main challenge here is that you need to escort this Jedi strike team, these 4 ships here, to the Starforge without them dying. Depending on how many failures you rack up, will determine how many ships make it. And this will determine what kind of reinforcements you will have in the battle inside the Starforge. Should you fail this challenge completely, you will have no backup. You will be on your own.
Okay.
Now, the second question. Does anyone want to fly in a ship other than the Azure Eagle? Or do you want to all be in the same ship together?
What's my piloting skill again?
Yeah, I can't pilot. So.
Oh, I want to go and pilot.
You know, I have a 13.
I want to
in
pull
pilot.
some aggro.
I have
If I die
trained.
out here, I die out here.
I'm trained in
Well,
pilot.
this is
You
a
know,
skill
I'll-
challenge. This is not combat.
Yeah,
I know.
I guess. Do you want Lomi? Do you want you and me? We'll both go. We'll both pilot starfighters and escort the main. Escort the ships.
Someone needs to be there to actually guide people. You should sit there on the fucking comm horn.
Well, I'm pretty sure Ulrich or Vesta have really good piloting.
Vesta does not. Ulrich does.
Alright,
Oh
so
no, when
Ulrich
I say like on the horn, I mean like guiding people, keeping morale up.
that's why communicators exist.
Alright.
I just think the more it's a skill challenge, but roleplay wise, I think the more ships we have in this escort, the better.
Alright. And you get shot down and crash where I can't see you.
I get that reference.
Every time it rains, I say, "Here comes the rain," in that exact cadence.
5 minutes later, Lomi, I'm going down right in front of you, right where you can see me.
Ah! Crashing into the back of a B-52 you just shot down.
Okay. I'm going to put this here. And give that.
Oh, I just did. The one I put up right above it is a 1-hour loop of that track. Now, before we hit the play button on that, I need to step away for a moment for what I warned would probably happen during the session. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Why didn't he do this while I was away?
I can't exactly choose when it happens, motherfucker.
You should.
So do you just want to add like 2 little fighters there?
Yeah. That the green one's
For
Ed, and then
flavor.
I'm going to make another color for you, Ryan.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looks like such a more healthy convoy now.
Okay, there you go. You can control the. You have the orange one, Ryan.
Gotcha. But is control really necessary? Isn't this gonna be like a skill challenge?
I mean, yeah, but that way you can at least like move when the ship moves around.
Gotcha.
And then I'll give Azoth control of the Azure Eagle.
I've always loved and hated these Old Republic Sith ships.
What the Intrigator or whatever they're called.
Yeah, it's just like I've always loved the pointed design of Imperial ships, but I hate how this one's like weirdly round. Because roundness actually kind of defeats the whole purpose of why their ships look the way they do. They're supposed to be flat triangles because that allows you to put a bunch of guns on top of it. And then from those guns, you can just have this massive arc of fire. But then being round actually limits the amount of like ability for each gun to see forward and actually shoot.
I mean, the
No, that's
Venator is also round.
But it's still the Venator's not meant to be a capital ship weapon platform. It's meant to be more of a carrier destroyer. Not a destroyer, like a carrier battleship like hybrid.
No, that's the Acclimator.
Venator.
The Acclimator is what you're thinking of. The Venator is the big one that the Republic uses.
Yeah, that's a hybrid battleship carrier. Oh, you mean that thing? Oh.
Yeah, that's the Acclimator.
That's not-
the Venator.
that's
The Venator is what I'm
see,
talking about. That's round.
But I'm talking about round as in the structure. This is still flat. Those are still flat ships. If I put a bunch of guns on the top, the guns on the right can all shoot at the same things. The guns on the left can all shoot at the same things. Same thing on this second ship. The
I
guns
mean,
on
the
the right,
Intrigator
the
is
guns on
flat too on the top.
but it's rounded in its whole body, and that means that you're gonna have guns on your left that are because of the curve. Yeah, you see the curve there. That curve is gonna prevent certain guns from being able to see the same thing as other guns, which limits your rate of fire. While with a more flattened top, more guns are shooting at the same things. And considering the whole point of it being the shape it is to put down as much fire as possible, and it just.
I mean,
I'll tell you what, it looks.
I mean,
It looks cool sideways. The ship looks cool sideways, but from the top down, it looks kind of.
I mean, there is the Centurion, which is what you probably like.
Yeah, the Centurion's just too small. Doesn't have enough guns on it, but it is more close to
Too
design.
small.
Like,
It's bigger than the Intrigate. It's bigger than the other one I just posted.
Really?
Yeah, this is the Centurion was the biggest ship that the Republic had during the Mandalorian Wars.
What are the guns on it though? It looks like it's smooth as a baby's bottom.
Yeah, because this is like a render from KOTOR 2, a game from 2004.
Boo! Give me the guns. I'll tell you what my favorite Imperial ship is. Let me find it.
I know which one yours is. You don't have to tell me.
Oh yeah?
It's the
What is
one
it?
from the Old Republic that has the hangar in the front.
Nope, you're wrong. That's a good ship though. I like it. That's not a battleship hybrid. That's more of a carrier. It's kind of like the Clone Wars one where it's a hybrid battleship, not battleship, like destroyer carrier hybrid. I'm trying to find the thing that I like. Is that it there? Yeah, this is it.
The
The
fuck
Delta
is
Star
that?
Dreadnought. It's from the Warlord era. It's now non-canon in the sense that it's from the extended universe, but it was from the Imperial Civil War era, the Warlords.
What's it called?
It's a Bellator class Star Dreadnought. It is a hybrid. It is a in-between class, in between Star Destroyers and Super Star Destroyers. So compared to a Star Destroyer, it's quite massive, but it's still smaller than a Super Star Destroyer. But it's in the EU canon. It was probably the most efficient of the large, like mega ship class ships. It had crap tons of firepower, but also had more maneuverability and wasn't just a slowpoke like the.
If I had to pick a ship that I like from the Legacy era, from like post Episode 6, it would be the Imperious class Star Destroyer.
All right, Captain. I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready. It looks like Ryan is it.
He was just here talking to me about Star Wars ship schematics.
Someone's
so.
come into my room. Sorry, 1 second. You can go ahead. I'll be listening.
Okay.
Is it time to put on the music?
1 second. Okay. As you guys ready up your ships, and remember,
Also,
the little ship icons here represent like a squadron.
Turns out the track you posted is actually different. I made a fucky wucky.
Yeah, Quantum Burst is the one from the movie. I know these things. It's a combination of all the different tracks from several things.
You're right. I fucked myself because I couldn't read Japanese.
Fake 00 fan. Fake 00 fan.
Bitch! Sorry.
So,
Let's go.
just a reminder that each of these ships represent a squadron. So you
How
are
many do a
leading.
squadron?
You're going to be in charge of Green Squadron. Ryan's in charge of Orange Squadron.
All right, are these people mentally prepared for the order, listen, take a barrage for us? I'm sorry.
This whole assault is basically we are giving our lives for the chance that the rest of the fleet will make it through this. This is all volunteers. No one's being forced to do this.
I will give my group the explicit instructions. If you can prevent one of the strike team from getting shot by sacrificing yourself, please, I'm sorry.
Everyone is prepared to do what they must. So, as you guys load into your ships...
No objections?
Everyone just is quiet. They don't object to it. So, as everyone loads up into their ships, and the Azure Eagle takes off, because... And then also in this, there's also going to be some Jedi in the Azure Eagle as well. and Republic forces. So
we have some guaranteed backup.
you have some guaranteed backup, but it's not much. So, as the ships begin to raise up into the and up and go out through the hangar doors, the Republic capital ships begin to make their way towards the Sith Armada and begin to lay down a barrage, and soon enough, a battle begins. As you guys begin to make your way forward, you guys find yourselves in the center of this armada. So, which direction do you guys wish to go? You can go...
Oh, the significantly weaker left flank?
It's not weaker from where we are now.
Oh, fuck.
Where he just moved us, it'd be like, oh, I'm still on cone. Hold on. We'd be going straight through all these fighters and these ships.
In
Now
that
the
case,
best from here, our best chance is to go in this gap, this little pocket.
Yeah, because the capital ships aren't going to be able to fucking nail fighters easily.
Well, I think our problem is we're in a convoy right now. There's like, so this is a group of ships and fighters. So we got group. They don't have to hit fighters. They just have to shoot into our mass and hope they hit somebody. So, I think what we do, these fighters are occupied with these guys. This ship is firing at him, and I'm assuming he's firing at him. The threats that I see right now that we have to deal with are these two fighters right here, two fighter squads, and these two capital ships right here.
You're right.
So if we go that way,
I mean, we can throw the needle against the fucking capitals pretty easily, and what we should be worried about is the fighters.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking is, our ship's called the Mako, was it? Or what was it? Our ship called?
Ezra Eagle.
Ezra Eagle. I'm thinking Mass Effect for some weird reason. So I think that the Ezra Eagle and the and you specifically in your fighter squad, you should take on these fighters here.
You also are able to break up if you need to.
Yeah. But I'm saying I think the fighter squad and the Ezra Eagle, you guys should go after these fighters here and hold them off. While I will take my fighter squadron and I'm just gonna do goofy maneuvers around these two ships. Because we're fighters, we're small, we're hard to hit, right?
I saw Galactic Heroes. You saw Galactic Heroes. Miss.
So I'm not trying to like disable or destroy these ships. I just want to get their guns shooting at me as I just do goofy maneuvers, and I'll distract them while you take our ship and your fighter squad and you deal with these fighters here. And that way we can just thread the needle and just go right through.
All right.
That sound good?
That sounds good to me.
Do you understand what I'm saying, Mist?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Move to where you wish to go to start off, where you guys would enter this fray.
Be right around here.
I cannot control my ship.
You can control the green one.
Oh, okay.
And these are the strike squad. I mean, these are the strike squads that they're like Jedi.
Yes.
So they're not. We need to keep them safe.
I will mark them in purple so you guys know.
So what we're betting is that this squad's going to be held up by these Republic fighters, this Imperial squad.
Yes.
This one's being held up here. So Ed is going to engage. Ed is going to take the Ezra Eagle. So him, Ulrich, and everybody are going to engage these two fighter squadrons here. And then I'm going to take my fighter squad, and we're going to go over here. I have suddenly lost control of my token. Let me try reloading.
I've also made it that you guys can just control the purple ones. All the ships that have the purple token, that you guys can control all of them.
Yeah, I've lost control of my my green.
I'm green. You're orange.
You're orange. He's green.
That's always gonna confuse me.
You're in charge of Orange Squadron.
So Orange Squadron, we're coming over here, and we're just like peppering these ships with some laser shots, and we're just maneuvering around them.
Okay. And then.
But no, let me point this. So then we're gonna have the Jedi squads here, and their job is to just their job is to just go straight through, right through here. Meanwhile, Lomi's gonna move up. So Lomi, if you move your token up to like right here,
I'm engaging these two.
Yeah, they're gonna engage those two. This ship here should be distracted by this ship here. So we're counting on that, and I need to distract these two ships. while you deal with the fighters, and then the Jedi should be able to just go straight through to here, through the gap. So that's the plan.
Okay. So, with your course of action set and you give your orders out to your squadrons, you guys begin to all rush into the fray of this battle. So, we'll start from the top here. So, Orange Squadron, you guys begin to make your way towards the two capital ships that have not engaged, that are currently delivering long-range fire to the other capital ships down here. And as you guys begin to get close to the range, the smaller turrets on their ship begin to take fire upon you all. As you guys are beginning to bob and weave around these pepperings, suddenly both ships begin to pepper you more and more, and it's starting to get a little too hot with all this fire. What's the plan to get out of this?
Okay.
What skill do you want to use to get out of this?
Let me think. I'm gonna use tactics. You know, being the officer that I am, I mean, I'm a commander at this point, and I have flown a fighter ship before. I'm just going to be like, all fighters on me, and I'm going to use tactics to expertly lead my my squadron through the maneuver needed to get us to distract these ships while keeping everybody safe.
Okay. With the issue of the battle meditation, all of your skill checks have a -5.
-5?
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
Fucking Bastila.
I have my DC in my head. Go ahead and roll.
I forgot to. I'm gonna use a force point on that. Can you use force points in skill checks?
Yes, that's fine.
So 17, 18, 19. So 14 is my DC. I forgot to subtract the 5, so it's actually 14.
Okay. Sadly, that is a failure. As your squadron starts to get torn apart by this concentration of laser fire, you guys are able to make it out, but you take some heavy losses in the process. And some of that firing then is diverted towards some of the Jedi strike crafts, and one of them is taken. The squadron is then taken out from the concentration fire.
I wasn't expecting the battle meditation. Okay.
All right, to Green Squadron and the Azure Eagle now. As you guys begin to try to catch the starfighters here that have been pestering these capital ships, that have been trying to sneak closer to the Starforge, you all begin to engage in a intense dogfight that suddenly basically turns into oh fuck, what's the term called where it's like a dust something. Oh, shoot, I can't remember the fucking fighter term where it's a bunch of fucking fighters all in one.
Furball.
What was it?
Furball.
Furball. You basically have turned this into a giant furball in this area with your squadron and the Azure Eagle. How do you guys plan? What do you want to roll to try to defeat these fighters, or at least keep them distracted?
Can I use the Force to kind of try and guide my mind?
Well, I want to see if Azel had any ideas that he wanted to use.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I've got this talent to justify using Ghost skill.
Okay.
So I got Force Perception, which I am able to make either use the Force or Perception checks.
Okay.
To notice enemies. Specifically is what the part that I'm using it for. So it's to keep track of, because of like how much is like clustered in here, it'd be to keep track of like what ships are our enemies, what ships are our friends. So to make sure that we aren't firing on our friendlies or missing enemies,
Okay.
so they can't get the drop on us.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and use the Force and with a -5.
Okay.
Ho! All right, Azoth, Nat 20, my friend. Take it away. Describe how this goes into effect. It's all you, my friend.
Okay, so Yeah, this is probably one of the few times that I've been left handling stuff on the ship, because normally that's up to you guys, because Maxer doesn't know a damn thing really about piloting.
Yeah. But I imagine you're in the cockpit there with with Ulrich and Vesta.
Yeah. And so like, I'm staring at the computer and getting overwhelmed a little. And then at like the amount of like information I'm getting, and I slow down and I take a second to breathe and I calm down, and without looking at the computer, I'm pointing out to Ulrich, saying, "Enemy fighters to our down below us. Steer to the left. That guy's friendly." Like that kind of thing.
Right. Like just like predicting movements of like where people are going to come from, and you just keep zigzagging around them.
Yeah, I'm no longer looking at the screen.
That's sick as fuck. All right. So that is a 1 success for you guys. I'm going to start with that. That allows the Jedi to move forward a little bit. At this point, though, so this squadron begins to get torn up quite a bit. It's at this point then that you see that reinforcements have been deployed and have sent additional squadrons to try to flank this furball. Ed, how do you want to try to deal with these new incoming reinforcements?
I can't use the Force, right?
No, you can. So the person who used the skill just can't reuse it again. So Azal can't use the Force again, and Ryan can't use tactics again.
Also, yeah, because of how
my bonus to pilot is the same as my bonus to use the Force.
Also, because of how broad use the Force is as well. Like,
yeah.
My use the Force was essentially a perception check with the way I did it.
True.
You could do it to do something entirely different as well.
That's true. But yeah, it's not a group like, oh, hey, this person used this skill, like now the rest of the group can't use it. It is individually, you can't use that skill again.
And Lomi's going to dive straight into the fray and lead his squad in to do some housekeeping.
Alright, so you're just going to start just trying to tear up as much damage as you can?
Goddamn right.
And that was with a -5?
That's with a -5, yeah.
Alright. Go ahead, describe how you're just tearing into these enemies.
Admittedly, I kind of just go AWOL at this stage. I leave my squad to their own devices, I trust them to do what they need to do, and I just start ripping and tearing. Every time I see a fighter get distracted trying to either go for the strike craft or the Ezra Eagle or some member of my squad, I will swoop in, flank them, and take them out just one by one, back to back.
Okay, yeah. And that's another success for you guys as the Jedi strike team begin to move closer and closer. It's at this point that the capital ships over here have begun, the pressure from these capital ships have begun to move up. And so they need to focus on those capitals rather than your starfighters. So they have broken off to go deal with that. Leaving, Ryan, your squadron is now free to break away from them.
Okay.
But
Yes.
in that process, this ship here then begins to use broadside to seeing the squadron here begins to try to fire all their shots at these starfighters. A lot of it starts to miss, but some of them are exploding around them, causing a sort of cannonball fire around them.
I'm going to directly fly towards this ship.
Okay.
And I'm gonna dive bomb towards it like I'm trying to like drop bombs on it.
Okay.
To try to play chicken with the ship.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use deception for that.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. All right. Okay, I got my DC.
I'll force point it. Okay, 14. I have the
Destiny
same thing.
point? Oh, you don't have Destiny points. Fuck.
No, I haven't had Destiny points for a long time. I'm gonna single-handedly cost all of our reinforcements. That's how it's starting to feel now.
Sadly, so when you go in with your chicken, they begin to fall for it for a moment. The ship begins to like turn course, try to dodge any possible bombs you're going to launch towards them. But then when no bombs begin to fly towards them, they then catch on quickly that you're just baiting them. And they begin to just they stop concentrating on your squadron and we continue to pelt the other squadron, costing another tick of reinforcements, sadly.
I was going to ask, Mist, can I instruct some of my squad to take the shot?
We'll get to that when it's your turn.
Okay.
All right, let me move back down to the next thing. With Azoth and the Azure Eagle.
Okay.
The strike team is almost there. They're almost in the clear. But suddenly, from the furball, even though the ships have been, even though they were outnumbered in this furball, the Republic forces are somehow getting the advantage here. But seeing that they catch it on their sensors that these ships are trying to break away, and two of the squadrons begin to divert themselves away to take over. Now, Ed, you can seize the initiative if Azoth's okay with that. So, just letting you know.
Yeah. If you want to do that, you can.
I wanted to try to kind of like use the Force to clear my mind and just try to feel any hint of fear or anxiety, try to chase them into their own friendly laser barrage. Can I do that? Kind of feel the emotions of the battle, try to force them into friendly barrages.
I'm not sure if you would be able to force them into a friendly barrage. Like, oh, you mean like...
Yeah, like use the Force to be like, okay, that guy's starting to get a little skittish. I'm going to chase him into the barrage.
Okay.
Yeah, where I'm going with that?
Yeah, okay. Okay, I have my DC.
All right. Force points. 29.
All right.
And that's my free Force point for this.
With that, you're able to pinpoint certain fighters here and there and begin to force them out into the barrage, and clusters of fighters begin to explode as they hit the friendly fire barrage from this ship over here.
I'm going to instruct my men to fan out and just be ready to take shots for what's left of the strike force.
And then it's at this point that suddenly you guys see a large ship begin to detach itself from the Star Forge and make its way towards you guys. You all recognize that ship. That's the Behemoth. A Rakatan ship that Stark has found and has been using against the Republic for some time now. You can assume that he wanted to also use the Star Forge, with what you've learned of the Star Forge, that it's able to take any weapon, replicate it, and make a ton of copies of it, basically. You can assume that this thing is planned to basically be copied and have a ton of these large, massive, super capital ships to conquer the galaxy with. But before he can do that, though, he has dispatched it out to deal with this potential threat trying to attack the Star Forge. And with that, hundreds and thousands of guns begin to fire upon your guys' squadrons. Azoth, do you have a plan for this?
I want to let you know, Mist. You remember that part of the Quantum Burst where it starts to get, like, the violins get really shrill right before you know who saves the day?
It's playing right here right now.
Yep.
Okay. So, it's a new ship. I don't really know too much about it, but all ships have blind spots and weaknesses. So I would like to use my knowledge of tactics to see where it's firing from and to see where it wouldn't be able to fire, and to try to guide Ulrich to fly in that area instead.
Okay.
To avoid.
Yeah. Okay, I got my DC. Go ahead.
And yeah, I'll force point as well. So 20.
Whew, you meet it, you beat it, son.
Hey.
Yeah, using your knowledge, you're able to find, looking at the ship, you're able to find spots of where there are basically pockets of gunfire that's not, you can move around the turrets. And by following this trail, you can help guide the Jedi strike teams to getting around that laser fire. And so with that, you guys are now even closer to the Star Forge. You're almost there. But it's at this point that this massive behemoth of a ship has now begun to deploy fighters of its own now. And they begin to encircle the strike team above the behemoth. Ryan, seeing this behind your guys' fleet, your squadron, how do you want to try and deal with that?
I don't know if I want to deal with it.
You could let someone seize the initiative if they want, but Siege did last turn, so you can't do it just yet.
Already gotten half our
Do
reinforcements.
you have mechanics or computers, Ryan?
I have skills I can use. I'm just concerned I'm gonna fudge more rolls.
Yeah, I've run out.
Because yeah.
Yeah, I've personally run out of skills.
So Ryan, I have an idea for you, Ryan.
I have an idea what I want to do. I'm just skittish because I'm like gotten half our reinforcements killed single-handedly.
What's your idea?
I mean, I haven't used my persuasion skill yet.
I assume you have a better bonus for persuasion than use
plus
computer,
19
right?
For persuasion.
Right. Okay. Never mind then. Go for it.
Yeah, so it's effectively a plus 14. So if you had like,
If the DC is a 20.
Now, Ryan, you got to remember that persuasion can fall into a lot of different categories when you look at the
Yeah,
skill.
I'm thinking how to word it.
Yeah, let's see. Persuasion. It covers haggling, intimidation, bribery, improvised communication, changing attitude.
I guess me and my squadron of failures over here are gonna fly towards these fighters and just be like, "We've lost too many men already! Come on, this is where we turn it around!" A little inspirational speech.
This is the thing you're really good at, Ryan. Yeah. All right, Ryan. How do you encourage your men to follow you? What's the plan? What's your speech?
That was the speech.
Okay, and what's the effect of it? Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I guess these squadrons are gonna be flying towards the fighters, and then Vizen, almost like haphazardly and recklessly, his squadron's gonna fly straight to the middle of their formations, just blasting them as they just disorientate their formation by flying straight into them.
Okay. And with that encouragement, you're able to wipe out these squadrons with no problem. And with that, the strike teams are just about there. It's with this then that the Starforge begins to send out one last surprise.
A giant mecha Darth Imperius.
No, it's the Gundam Exio. I tricked you all. This is actually a Gundam ARP. This actually was a Gundam roleplay the whole entire time. I'm kidding, of course.
I zoomed out for a second. What?
I was making a joke. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Whoop. Someone got to the bottom there. It's with that then that the Starforge sends out one little ship, and from it, a bunch of cluster bombs drop from it. And these cluster bombs are basically a mix of cluster bombs and mines that are in the way of the Jedi Strike team.
Hey, is that the end mechanics?
No.
I assume I can't seize again.
You can seize now, yes.
I can seize now?
Yes.
What's your mechanics?
Alright, may I, Azoth?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I've run out of skills.
I'm going to use my knowledge of mechanics to take as much non-lethal, like non-critical damage as I can, clearing away for the Jedi Strike team. Will you allow that, Mist?
Okay, one more time again?
I'm going to use my mechanical knowledge of the limitations of this ship and fly into the minefield, eating as much non-critical damage as I can to take out mines.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Go ahead, yeah.
This might kill me.
It may be force point, just in case. It could
Yeah.
be 25.
22.
With this very risky maneuver, it sadly does not pay off. As your squadron begins to get torn up in this as you begin to move through this minefield with your squadron, and ships upon ships begin to detonate, and detonating these explosions begin to hit members of the strike forces, and you watch as one of the squadrons gets taken out.
Ah, piss. Oh, fuck, I could have used perception. Damn it. Oh, well. Oh, well.
Alright.
Live and learn.
And as the strike team begins the last of the strike teams begins to loop its way towards the Starforge, the hangar's just a little bit away. Suddenly, the Azure Eagle feels sluggish. It seems like the behemoth has caught the Azure Eagle on a tractor beam.
What can I use?
I zoned out for like half a second. What's happening?
What was the last thing you heard?
We lost a strike cruiser.
Yes, the Azure Eagle has been caught in the tractor beam of the behemoth as it's been following the last of the strike team. Ryan,
See,
you have the ability to seize.
See, this is why we needed Garrus. We could have thrown him out the ship to crash into the tractor beam projector and saved us.
A hero?
Yeah, he would have died a hero.
He could have died for us.
Which is what he always wanted to do. Every time we talked to him, he was like, "Please kill me heroically." And I quote. The only skill I really have left is use computer. We had kind of a funny idea, but I'm scared to use it when I have a -5 on my rolls. Because I have bureaucracy. Hear me out, Ed.
Go for it.
I use bureaucracy and I try to mimic an Imperial officer, giving orders to tractor beam a different ship.
Yeah, we ball. That's sound.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I just cause us to lose 2/3 of the strike force, whatever. I guess I'll try that.
3/4, but yes.
You know how to make a man feel better. Anyway.
I'm a
what I'm
status.
gonna
I'm a
do.
logistician. God damn it! Numbers are what I do.
You hurt me with your numbers.
Yeah, I do that to a lot of people who pay me money.
Missed. Do you hear what I was gonna do?
Yes, go ahead.
Forgot to subtract 5. So that's a 24. And you know what? I'm anxious. I'm force pointing it.
27.
27.
Maxir, suddenly you feel the ship, as you overhear on the comms, you hear, since Vizen has spent a lot of time around Mon Halen. He knows how to mimic him in quite a lot of different ways. And essentially gives out orders sounding just like that of Mon Halen to the behemoth. And eventually you feel the tractor beam let go.
Ooh.
And you're able to move once more, allowing you to catch up with the strike team, which then allows the strike team to eventually make it to the Starforge. The strike team is in the clear.
That's the last time they trust us with the strike team.
However, you have all not made it yet.
How many people were in each of those ships?
While Maxier is in the clear now, suddenly one last squadron of sorry, not a squadron. One more capital ship detaches from the Star Forge and begins to fire upon Orange Squadron and Green Squadron.
This is where we just die. And we don't even make it to the Starforge.
I mean, that's why I posted Tears of Orphans, because we just made a lot of widows on both sides.
Yeah, I missed. How many people were in each of those strike cruisers we lost?
Each squadron had 20.
Ed, how do you feel about becoming Sheena?
Oh, man, I was ready to become Shino from the get. If anyone was going to do a heroic suicide, I want it to be me.
All right, Ed. So there's one more crew. There's one more capital ship in the way, and then everyone's in the clear.
How fucked is my ship at this point?
Extremely. You are damaged beyond. Your ship is damaged horribly. Your guns barely work. Your engines are barely holding on. Your squadron has been depleted horribly. You have maybe 3 to 4 men at your order. Ryan's got maybe, out of his original 20-man squadron, he's probably got maybe 10. So together you have about maybe 15 fighters left.
Oh my god, I just had the most horrible idea.
Since we were just talking about risking heroic suicides, I would like to roll perception to find a hole in the barrage where I can thread the needle. I want to try to clip my wing across their bridge, and then try to coast my way into the Starforge without a wing.
I will say, Ed, you could use the Destiny point as well in these. You are able to use those.
And if you're going to do what you just said you're going to do, you might as well Destiny point it, because that's going to be a ridiculously high DC.
Yeah.
But I also, I feel the blood in me, man.
Because Ed, we're not talking like you screw up here and it's like, oh, you unfortunately crashed into the bridge and destroyed them and you saved everyone, you died. It's more like you fail to thread the needle and you get shot out of the sky. Like a fly swatter hitting a fly.
Like a Robante escaping a giant statue.
Exactly. Your failure here is getting Robante'd. There's nothing heroic in being Robante'd.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, I want to Destiny point it.
Alright, Ed. With your Destiny point, I am going to steal your moment, if that's okay with you.
Oh, you're going to describe what I... Okay, go for it.
With this Destiny point, fate has changed. As suddenly, on the comms, you hear a familiar-sounding voice. Young Jedi! Did you think I was gonna let you take all the glory here? As you see a Naboo starfighter jacked with all kinds of engines and guns flying through the furball that is the battle behind you all.
He's here.
I fucking screamed. I'm sorry.
You
Hey, you know,
have
Mandalorian-
greater things to do here than to die in this battle. As for me, this isn't dying. This is ensuring that the Republic will survive. As he flies his ship straight towards the capital ship, and you watch as he jumps into hyperspace and blasts right through the capital ship, cleaving the bridge in half.
Did he just suicide himself?
No, if considering the thing Mish just quoted, he miraculously survived. Don't worry about it.
He might have just hyperdrived right next to the ship, so the force of him going to hyperspace just like fucks it up.
And you see that
Now, Mish.
the bridge has knocked out the ship and has just become inoperable.
Now, Mist, considering what you just quoted, he better miraculously survive.
And with that clear, the behemoth begins to return back to the Starforge to dock, so it can continue its copying, and you all are clear to make your way towards the Starforge.
What a destiny point! What a moment!
And as you all begin to land your ships within the Starforge, you begin to do a head count as you all land in the hangars before the Sith become to confront you. With what you've made it with, you have about 20 Jedi at your side, and then you suddenly see the Ebon Hawk land in another hangar not too far from your own.
I just want to say, I'm scared for how this finale is going to go if you thought it was balanced for us to have the possibility to have 60 Jedi with us.
All right,
60 Jedi and Republic soldiers.
Can we take a quick break so I can use the bathroom?
Well, this is where part 1 comes to an end.
Oh, you fucking dick.
As we will pick up the part 2 of this finale next time.
Is that tomorrow?
No, that's next week.
All right. Ryan, if you're wondering what he was quoting, it was this scene. I should note, yes, he survives this. Don't worry about it.
I wanted to have the Starforge be its own session. I didn't want to have to share time with another session, so...
That's fair.
Next session, we begin the haul through the Starforge to find Stark and to stop the Void Sphere.
And fun, but losing most of the transports due to my own personal roles was a bit of a fucking slap to the face.
I don't care. I saw fucking solo thrust or whatever the fuck.
No, that was badass. That was awesome.
That motherfucker better be okay. I don't care. He's going to show up like half of his body is cybernetics, but he's going to be okay.
We're gonna go into the Starforge. We're gonna come across a section that's like there'll be like a section where there's like a bunch of debris that broke through the wall of the Starforge, and like there's a force field holding in all the air, and we're just gonna find him in his cockpit like hanging upside down from the ceiling.
Like half his body is missing, but he's alive.
His name was Solo Wing Gallant.
Thank you.
But Chad,
I fucking popped off. I'm sorry for screaming.
I just love that session because you're having this like bromance with this dude over there, and I'm on the other side of the planet, like trying to avoid getting shot down by the behemoth. Like,
I'm casually and repeatedly nearly killing myself to save the day. Psychotic behavior, but that's kind of why it was fun.
So next,
I just found it fun because, you know, the Mandalorian did change canon so that Naboo fighters have hyperdrives. So him jumping in
oh, they always have.
totally made sense. Oh yeah?
Yeah, they always had hyperdrives, even in the old canon. I should
Very
know this
cool
because I
moment,
played
though.
several video games where they are involved.
Very, very fun.
So yeah. You know what? I like you guys. Everyone gets a for this final fight, everyone gets a +1 to any ability score that they want.
Seriously? Jesus.
Yep.
Well,
Attribute
sadly,
or-
all of my attributes are even.
Yeah, same. Oh wait, that's actually good. That's good that they're all even. I think. No,
Yeah.
it's not. Fuck.
Wait, yeah, no. Can I get a skill focus instead, Mist?
You negotiating?
I could put a skill point in anything and it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, but I've got the same problem as Ed. All of mine are even.
Well, I gained an extra Constitution point, so
Would you be willing to give us a skill focus instead, Miss? Just check off like the F box, one of them.
I will let you pick any skill that does not use the Force.
Fuck.
You fucker! He knew. He knew.
Well, I thank you for my +3 in
You
Constitution.
know what? I'll take initiative then.
I also took initiative. Same brains as other. You also want to fucking jump on use the Force.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joke's on you guys. I already had an F in initiative.
Oh damn! Nice.
Yeah. Why do you think Bison's been going first practically this entire campaign?
And what's your total bonus to initiative now?
My initiative is now +11.
Go
I'm
ahead,
at
click the initiative
plus
button, see what
18.
happens, what you get.
There you go. That's the lowest I can roll.
Damn! Holy fuck!
It rolled a 2.
How the fuck is your bonus that high? Why is mine so
Yeah,
low?
Vision's with a 20. On a 2, he got a 20.
Yeah. My bonus is a 20.
Bison's fast. Bison's a fast boy.
He's been fast for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bonus is 20.
How do you have a 20 bonus to initiative?
Also,
I have
Ed?
18 dex and I have trained in focus.
with you
What's
being so sacrificial for the others, for so many others in this battle, -1 dark side point.
Hell
Yeah! Keep the gifts coming, miss. Keep the gifts coming. You're feeling generous.
How many are you at?
I'm at 2.
Damn it. I'm failing my overarching mission for this campaign.
Can
I'm
I,
failing so
hey,
hard.
miss, can we like get another -1 for not killing that really annoying Sith apprentice?
No.
Damn.
I fail. I
I
was
will say
so
this,
arrogant
Ryan.
to think.
In the last session, Ed has something that he could do that could remove all of his all his light side points. I'm sorry, destiny points. All his
That's-
light side points.
All his light
That's
side
great.
points.
All his dark
That's
side
great,
points. Blech.
Hey, but admit this, Mist. There's also something he could do to gain all of the dark side points.
That's also true. He could gain a ton of dark side points if he does something in the last session as well.
Yes, but
He
already
kills
failed.
you all and claims the Star Forge for himself.
One
And then
point
he-
of
and